So the Social Customer Engagement Index was started with Social Media Today, and as you mentioned, sponsorship from SAP. And the whole idea was there was a lot of research and information on just general use of social media from more of a marketing and a promotional perspective. But what we wanted to look at was how was social media starting to impact customer service, customer experience, and so we decided back in 2010, let's start finding out, let's start asking the professionals that are right there, in the fight, so to speak, to see how their companies were doing, how were they approaching using social media in traditional customer support. Were they looking at it from a separate kind of one channel thing, or were they integrating it? What was the impact it was having? How difficult was it? And so we started back in 2010, and I think the first year we had about 118 people take the survey. Fast forward to this year, we had over 1,000 people take the survey. So we have a lot more information, a lot more data at our disposal. And this year's results were really interesting compared to some of the other results.
Wow, wow, Brent. So I know you're not going to give away all the findings on that study, but what are some of the key findings, maybe one or two nuggets that you can share with our audience today?
Well, I think the thing that really interested me, or maybe was the most impactful, was we added some questions to find out how strategically aligned social customer service was to the overall company's strategy and the overall company's social strategy. So we looked at it from, was it fully aligned? And then we also looked at were processes fully integrated between just social service and other functions in the company, and also looking at how our teams, how our people, are they integrated or are they still one-off channels? And so we found that companies that were able to integrate strategy, processes, and people saw the most benefit and reported having the most impact from their social engagement. So, and that went across the board for small companies all the way up to bigger companies. As a matter of fact, bigger companies, when they were able to do that, fully integrated is what I call it, they really saw big impact over the general population and other big companies. That's one thing. And I think also looking at it from a standpoint of communities, companies that had their own branded communities, or they own the community as opposed to just leveraging Facebook and Twitter and those other big communities, but companies that actually had resources and put together their own communities saw really big impact. Everybody's using Facebook and Twitter, even from a support perspective. We saw that in the study. About 80%, I think actually 90% of people said they are using Facebook in some capacity for social support, and close to that, but not at that level, was Twitter. But what we found were companies that had their own communities. They actually were more effective than the overall population by far. But you're looking at a slide right there. Look at the big drop off when you look at Facebook. Folks who are the general population, Facebook hands down most effective. But it's around neck and neck when you look at just those companies that have their own community as well as using Facebook. So having that really gives them a chance to transfer some of the top line communications to have a little bit more intimate and deeper discussions on their own community. So that's why it seems to be very important with companies